Oh. Okay. Well, we didn't have video last time because I had to like cut out a lot of really problematic stuff. Just kidding. Ha 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 ha. And so
Yikes.
no, I'm kidding. It was more by problematic stuff I meant Ryan getting confused about the intro and then Leor telling a really long story about a racist person that he met. But the account
It seemed like it was his father.
It was, yeah.
It was actually just himself in the mirror. It was really
And it was like, it wasn't bad, but it just felt like a little bit like a much to leave in. I don't know if you feel me on that. But anyways.
Yeah, I didn't want to hear Leor talk.
Yeah, that was a lot too. It was like, okay,
he was just there to be pretty.
We're capping
Leor
you
is banned from the podcast from now on. Sorry to let you know through this, Leor.
Yeah.
We're capping you at 50 words, Leor, and you've already passed that. So. Oh yeah, I also had to cut out a lot of me telling my jokes starting and then stopping because somebody else just started talking and then doing it multiple times. So when I listen back, I just go, and then I it was just like a lot. And I'm like, oh wow, that's what I sound like in real life. Anyways, welcome back. Let's have our lovely guest hosts. I don't even know what y'all are the people that are on this week besides myself and Ryan introduce themselves.
Yeah.
This is like
whichever one of you wants to go first.
Oh, you got that, Dan.
Oh, thank you. I like to think that this is like with special guest Lauren Lapkus, like we're the hosts every week, but we just like cede control of you out of respect.
That's like really not what with special guest Lauren Lapkus is like, but
it's like that, except nothing at all like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so this is the introduction I'm doing. Just my 2-minute elevator speech, interview prep. Dan Carr.
Please do not take 2 minutes.
And I'm in a cardigan, and that's my intro.
Great. Dan is president of TNR as well, so that's important to throw in there. He's also grown out his hair and looks like Prince Charming from the Shrek franchise.
So true.
That's who he looks like.
Well,
I was trying to figure it out.
I say this every meeting.
I don't think I've heard you say it.
Okay, maybe I just say it in my head and then I'm like, that's weird.
I do know about it though. I've made my Discord profile photo of Prince Charming on like your recommendation.
Did I? Oh, okay.
Well, no, you said it looked like Prince Charming, and I was like, "This is the look. This is what I'm going for."
All right. Anyways, Gitonga, go ahead.
How's it going? It's your boy Giga. I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
You got to plug your LinkedIn at this
point. Oh yes.
What do you like?
I like. I'm a CS and game major, so the CS part is to like avoid taking the full brunt of the cringe of being all in game. But yeah.
Sorry, can you say that again? All I heard was CS.
Oh, yeah. CS and game design major.
Oh my gosh, do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, we might cut this part out because that is definitely a Northeastern professor.
And if you're watching this right now, I hope you're enjoying it.
But like, I can definitely cut this out. Yeah.
I took one game design class. It was really interesting.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to say about it.
I took games in society. And like, I had a great time, except like, and this isn't really anybody's fault, but there were like 3 girls in that class and we talked about like rape and stuff. And like, it wasn't really like on anybody to like do anything about it, but it was like uncomfy. I don't know how else to put it. Like there's nothing to do about it because it's just the makeup of the major, but it was like, I don't know. But yeah, this part is definitely like...
Yep.
I came here to tackle the serious issues, and I'm glad we're
here to solve sexism. Great. Fuck.
Watch out, game design majors. We're coming.
Oh Jesus. Well, I used to be a game art major, so I feel you? ? Great.
I don't know.
So we're gonna hear about half of this in the actual podcast.
Yeah, we made some choices.
If we keep the Brandon part in,
Brandon, what a legend.
They are a legend. Okay, wait. How about I redo my intro and just talk about my love for Bionicles or Beyblades?
I feel
like Bionicles or Beyblades. Are you gonna lie?
I did have a huge Beyblade collection, but it was like refurbished, so to speak. You know, my parents wouldn't actually buy me Beyblades, but
I don't know what that means.
Oh, wait. Let's save it. Gitonga, introduce yourself, and then we'll talk about what that means.
Okay. So, how's it going? My name's Gitonga, and I do love Beyblades, but all of mine were refurbished. Basically, like,
Really went in there, Gitonga.
it's a defining character trait. Like, my parents wouldn't buy me any of the cool toys, so like Pokemon, silly bands, like all my like cool stuff was refurbished. Basically, like once the trend died and no one wanted them, they'd either give me their broken ones or just like their parents would throw them out and they'd go to me instead.
So your parents would give you their own broken blade Beyblades
Oh, no.
when they were finished?
I'd get them from my friends when they stopped caring about them. It's like I had a really big broken silly band collection.
No, I kind of feel that. I would get a lot of toys from like the dollar store,
Mm.
and it would be like the shitty Chinese knockoff Beyblades that would just break instantly.
Red Hat Plumber Man. Great. So now that we've created no problems in our intros,
100%.
Smooth sailing so far.
smooth sailing. I love being editing.
So let's talk about abortion.
Maybe like let's not create more work for Maddie. Let's not lose our $6 budget. How much our $0 budget as a club. Beyblades versus Bionicles. All right. This is basically as contentious as left versus right, so I want to hear your mine.
You know, I'm a big Bionicles man. But I'm gonna go out there and say I think Beyblades would win.
I don't.
Like if you put them in a Beyblade arena, or like.
If you
No,
put them on
I think this is like street rules.
Matanui. I remember what it's called.
No, that was correct. It was Matanui.
Matanui.
I was calling it Mahi Mahi.
No, yeah, I think Beyblades could win. I mean, they have like that bit of metal, right?
I mean, they also like actually move, so they got quite a big advantage there.
What are you talking
Bionicles
about?
move because they're the white. They're the white. They're the antibodies.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you look away and they just start popping off. Your Beyblade's like broken up on the floor, but it's completely fine beforehand.
Like the animatronics in Willy's world.
Dude.
Oh.
Sorry.
Willy's Wonderland.
That's a call forward, guys. Any comedy fans out there? That's a call forward.
I prefer foreshadowing, but you know, call forward.
Okay, English
For a literary
major.
major, foreshadowing.
Dude,
Are you-
being an
wait.
English major sucks. But I'm
You're
not
not
an
even-
English
What do
major,
you do?
so I wouldn't know.
Oh.
To our listeners, you're welcome for the free ASMR. I am eating chocolate. Yeah.
That's why I'm feeling drowsy.
I do have a pop filter
Moment
now,
of silence.
so there's like less like tongue noises. But
That's
like
always good.
you never know, so you might get lucky.
Little
think-
surprise.
I think
And you look a little too excited about that.
Oh,
Yeah, your
more
cam's still on,
tongues.
dude.
Can you hear that? That's a lot. Okay. I think Beyblades would win just because of all of the production that they had, like the manufacturing, because of all of the deals that they had with McDonald's Happy Meals. I think that they would win out of just like a numbers thing, because there's so many Beyblades, like McDonald's toys. And I had some because I loved Happy Meals, and like 2017 I just get Happy Meals because they're really cheap, and I just ended up with all these Beyblades toys.
So you have a pretty sick Beyblade collection. is what I'm hearing.
What's your
But
best
they
one?
weren't like the cheap version of the toy. They were like really shitty. Like,
Gotcha. So you could take your McDonald's Happy Meal toy Beyblades, and I'll take my dollar store Beyblades, and we can have a fight and see which ones break first.
yeah, but it's gonna be called like Beyblades, like BAY, like or something, or it's like boy blades or like spinning and cutting man. Have you
Anyway.
seen the image of the backpack with Sonic on it, and it says Obama?
Wait, what?
Yes, and it's like
Searching
this colored
Sonic
also.
Obama
Yeah,
Already
it's
came
like
Holy,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
yeah.
The color schemes.
I know, it's primary colors. Okay. Let's move on to
All right.
Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah, this is something I'm very passionate about.
Yeah, we know.
For all
Which
the
is why
finesse
I
fans out
added it to the list against
Mm.
everyone's will. So for for the listeners at home, everyone listening in, Willy's Wonderland is this beautiful movie that came out this year. It stars Nick Cage, and it's basically Five Nights at Freddy's, if you know what that is, except Nick Cage kills the animatronics. And it's beautiful. He doesn't have a single line of dialogue the entire movie. He just stares.
That's horrifying and really stupid at the same time. Like,
but it's also really great.
Is it? Are you saying that like it's great, or is it like it's good? Like,
it's like something I could see being a cult classic film.
Well, it's like great how like The Room is great.
Yeah.
I do want to say, if you search out Willy's Wonderland budget, you get a bunch of pictures of weed, making me think that is how
That was
paid.
That could be how it was paid for. No, I think Nick Cage may have like funded it. Like this is a project he was passionate about.
Yeah.
You said that he just found the script somewhere and was like, "This is."
Yeah. So like
Okay.
the guy that wrote the script, he originally made like a 1-minute version of the entire film, and just wasn't happy. So he wrote a full like screenplay for an actual film, and he just put it out there for anyone to use. And then Nicolas Cage found it and said, "I want to make this film a real thing,
he's a
and
very
I am going to star in it."
strange person. I also feel like Nick Cage probably like didn't know what Five Nights at Freddy's is, and I'm pretty sure everyone that was involved with the script was like, "Guys, make sure that he doesn't find out that this is based on something that already exists." And they're also Five Nights at Freddy's is coming out with a movie, so I feel like this is like really like stupid.
They beat them to the punch, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, that
all the
feels
fans,
like
yeah.
not a great achievement. Like, like ripping off something before they can like produce it is not like that impressive. But I guess I don't know. I just feel like I can't imagine Nicolas Cage being like someone wrote a script up in like 2000 or like 1997 about like a little wizard boy that gets accepted to like Hogwarts school. And like Nicolas Cage is like, "This is great." And like I love how it's knocked off Harry Potter. Like I feel like he just doesn't know.
Can we all take guesses on how much the budget was?
Oh.
I have it pulled up and it's beautiful.
$2 million.
2 million?
I'm gonna say like 10K.
10K.
I think the fact he said it's beautiful means it's going to be like the sex number. So I'm going to get 69,000.
Everyone under guessed here. It's actually $5.5 million.
Where did it go?
The beautiful
Character
CG demo
design.
thing.
Character design.
Script writing.
Oh yeah.
To sneak into the guy who designed Five Nights at Freddy's house and take all of his ideas.
So let's be honest. It went to paying for Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
sir.
He
mean,
funded it. He just paid himself. He was like, I deserve 5.5 million, guys. And he
that was
just
pretty
like,
good.
Thank you.
That was
I'm a
really good,
cat.
yeah.
I'm a sexy cat. Yeah, sorry, Gitonga. Do you have more to say?
That is all. I'm speechless after that one.
I love looking at really low movie budgets. Like, did you know that Monty Python the Holy Grail, it had like 200,000, or like it was something ridiculous. It was like 40,000. Wait, I can't remember. It was really, really low.
I could see
Holy
that.
Grail.
It's such a good movie, though.
But it's also like there's no props. Oh yeah, okay. It was like 230 thousand pounds. And
That's heavy.
that, I mean, like, that is not that much money for a movie. Like, that is not. I love that. And I remember because you know the scene where they're throwing over the like livestock, like the cows
Yeah.
and stuff. If you look, you can see that they're like plastic toys like falling from like a model of a castle. Like it's like really great.
Well, I love that they set up so spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen the movie. But I love at the
there's a
end,
real solid plot to it.
Yeah. I love at the end though, they set up like this big battle scene and it's like about to start and then they just cut it off with everyone getting arrested. And you know that like part of that is because like they didn't have the budget to film a fight scene.
Or they just didn't really feel like it. Like
Yeah.
I also like how like it cuts between them and the guy killed on the set. Like yeah, great movie. Anybody that likes silly people and silly things should watch it.
I'm here to promote it actually, so thank you for bringing that up.
It's a bit late for like a brand deal.
Actually,
Also, if they like
yeah.
reach out for us to be influencers, I feel like they're deeply misinformed. Like, sorry, I cut you off, Gitonga.
I was about to say I just haven't seen it. It's one of, like there are a bunch of movies that I feel like are integral to just culture.
Yeah,
you should have said that. Now I feel bad that I spoiled it.
It's not.
It's ruined.
It's really not a linear movie. It's like
I saw the bunny scene. I now got spoiled for this fight scene here. It might be too late at this point.
you've probably seen the what was it the
Black Knight.
The Black Knight
Oh yeah.
I don't think
scene
so.
where
Unless
he's
it's the poison one.
No, that what?
Okay, maybe that's a different movie.
Are you
I
thinking
know
of
the
the
Black
Princess Bride?
Yes.
And this one is
Also haven't seen that
Poison.
one.
They're basically the same movie.
You're
Yeah.
See one of them
useless.
and you'll get both.
They're both live action, so it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyways, Oscar predictions. Let's go.
I'm calling it Willy's Wonderland for best.
Best stolen screenplay.
Best screenplay adapted from an iPhone game. The Angry Birds 2 versus Willy's Wonderland.
I can't even just imagine like who was like, Angry Birds movie material.
There's a plot there.
There's something. Well, they did make an emoji movie. That was like
Dude, that was a classic.
that was a low point
Have
for
y'all seen
culture. No,
I've
it
seen it
looked.
twice.
I'm glad that this represents our entire generation. Like
I
people will
hate
look
it.
back to this.
I think it represents older people trying to cater to our generation, but that shit has fucking like 15% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like it is really like we really said no heart emoji. Like
Oh, that's part of the movie. Good reference to it.
fuck. Oh my god, maybe I am like a terrible Zoomer. I do use a lot of emojis.
Here's
Okay.
part of the problem.
It also
Maddie.
profited.
Yeah.
What do I think is gonna win an Oscar?
I like that a lot of old guards are like, oh, like movies should be in theaters. But like the only movie that was in theaters was the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
I
Like
think
that was
gonna
the
win an
last thing that
Oscar.
came out.
Yeah.
They don't people got to see. And so like the old like Martin Scorsese, I think he's gotta look at Sonic the Hedgehog and be like, they made it for theaters.
True. And it's on a high note too.
I think The Revenant is gonna win some Oscars.
You think Leo's finally gonna get it?
Oh yeah. Okay. It's a toss up between Mulan and Monster Hunter for most controversial movie in China.
Monster Hunter.
Yeah, they had a racist scene really like right in the beginning, and it was in the trailer, and it just got completely tanked. And then Mulan,
Yikes.
before also it came out, the actor went on Twitter, and great things happened after that.
Damn.
I don't know what Monster Hunter is.
They hunt monsters.
Well,
Oh my God,
spoilers.
thank you, Ryan.
Shit, I spoiled another one. Sorry, guys.
You're spoiling all these relevant films.
Yeah. It's another gay movie that popped off, like Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah, honestly.
I thought you said it was another gay movie. Like, all right, like that's a little much.
One more to
Finally,
cut out.
gay Monster Hunter representation on screen.
Do we have any other predictions for the Oscars?
It's a good question. I probably should have like learned what the movies were before I was like, let's make Oscars predictions.
Nomadland.
Nomadland. That's the one where it's just like Frances McDormand and a bunch of actual nomads, right?
Yeah, it's like she's just like hanging out. Like I feel like it's the only like try hard movie that came out.
Yeah.
I feel like
60%
the trailer for Dune is gonna win an Oscar.
Just Timothee Chalamet wins
Timothee
best
Chalamet
actor.
being like a scary prince.
Yeah.
and
Do
being,
we think he's attractive or no? This comes up a lot, but
I think he's attractive in that trailer. I don't know if he's attractive in real life. I think everybody's attractive in like long black coats.
I really
But
want a long black coat.
okay.
No,
All
I
right.
actually feel like that's a look.
I think that I think it'd be kind of funny because you'd like be wearing like some like really mystical long black coat and be like, "Hey guys, I'm Ryan."
Damn. Okay, Matt, you don't need to roast me like that.
She's saying you're bright and bubbly. It's a
I just-
compliment.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. Thanks,
Dude,
Gitonga.
Timothée Chalamet, I'm looking at pictures of him now. I feel like, I feel like his face is too shaped,
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look real.
He really do be a trapezoid. I feel like weren't you like, I'm gonna rail that twink down?
I think I was, yeah. And I was like, my parents can't come to this show because I got that joke in there.
I feel
Looks like he's constantly clenching,
Holding something in.
I don't know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
I feel like it always looks like he's about to like sneeze.
Yeah.
Like he's going like, for our audio listeners, I was trying to make the face where I was about to sneeze.
Real good content.
Our audio listeners, aka our only listeners.
No, maybe I'm just misinformed, but what is the difference between an e-boy and an email?
That's
Thank you, I'm here all night.
He's kind of praying mantis-y.
Yeah, like the same face shape as a praying mantis.
But I also feel so bad because he's also a person. Like, and if he was like here, I'm sure we'd all be like, wow, look at that handsome man.
Yeah.
And like, but
I feel like he's more attractive when he's moving around. When he's like when I see a photo of him, I'm just like, that poor man, he needs some food, but moving around.
You know what? That is so true. In interviews, I'm like, damn, shorty. But like, he's like, when he's in a picture, he's just like,
yeah, he's like,
for our listeners.
like,
oh my God.
we all just looked like Timothée Chalamet for like 30 seconds there.
Yeah.
But no, you know what I mean?
Perfect
It's like
impression.
in photos, you're like, you look at the face and you're like, why, he could cut a watermelon with that jaw. That's a stolen joke. But it's true. Like, he's just so sharp. And then like in moving around, like you're not focusing much. You're just like getting lost in his eyes and his voice.
Okay.
Right. I'm watching GIFs of him now, or GIFs. I'm not going to get into that argument.
That's how I feel about Adam Driver too. I feel like he's like, I think he's attractive all of the time, but in motion, and sometimes in images he looks real bad, like not good.
Yeah.
But he always enough. I'm sorry.
I feel like Adam Driver gives good hugs,
Oh, yeah. I feel like he'd give terrible hugs.
Okay, well, you're wrong.
I feel like if I just wanted to be like crushed by a hug, I'd go to Adam Driver. If I was just like a gentle hug, probably not Adam Driver. Timothée Chalamet, go for a gentle hug.
I feel like Timothée Chalamet would give you a loose, damp hug. Just like
constantly damp.
I don't know.
Always just hopped out of the pool.
Yeah, he's just got like a layer of like film on him, like at all times.
Slips away from you.
He's just slippery. I don't know. I feel like Adam Driver would be really uncomfy if you were like, "Can I have a hug?" He'd be like, "Oh, sure," and he'd go like just sort of loosely wrap his arms around you and then like run away. I feel like that's his energy. I don't know.
He kind of gives me like bear energies, but not in like the gay bear energy, like in just like a big.
Not that
bear.
There's anything wrong with it.
Yeah, no. People can be bears if they want. I just don't think Adam Driver is gay.
You never know.
That's true. That is true.
I mean, he does have a wife and child.
But you never know.
You never know.
So
that's my Oscar prediction.
Timothy is damp. I think like we thought that we would our collective conscious would know about more movies, and like none of us know any movies. I think we were just counting on each other to know about more movies that came out this year.
I mean, not a lot of movies came out this year, so
that's fair.
I think I've watched like one movie the last year. I just don't have the like mental capacity to like prepare myself for 2 hours. And like I'll just watch 3 hours of like iCarly or Victorious, but I can't be like, let's watch 2 hours of like.
That was a nice transition, Dan.
Thank you.
We have our topics written down, guys.
Oh my gosh, we do. Whoa.
Oh, silly goose.
Whoa.
Man, you didn't even know? Wow.
Wow. Yeah, Victorious is right after Oscar predictions. But I feel like I have just been watching It's Always Sunny.
Oh, classic show.
Because I've been rewatching it because it makes me feel like I'm making better life decisions than like you know what I mean? Like this past year has been a lot of real questionable life decisions for Maddie, but at least I'm not like selling cocaine
banging
and
whores
stuff and like banging whores.
This is why trashy TV needs to exist. Like
Oh
You
yeah.
feel so good about yourself.
I just love Charlie so much. Like I
The best.
He's so good.
My favorite episode is the one where it's the health inspector shows up and it's just him. That's the best one.
I don't know. I really what was the one where it was Frank's will was in the vents and Charlie drew the map and everybody was looking at the map and they're like this is just a bunch of shapes. Like oh my god. Great show. In case anybody needed convincing. You know, also it's a great show, iCarly. And it is set in the same universe as another great show, Victorious.
It is. I party with Victorious.
And I fight Shelby Marks. But that was Shelby Marks's Victoria Justice. Do you think Shelby Marks is related to the late great?
I like to think it's like a Parent Trap situation because we don't. Do we see Tori's parents in Victoria?
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't think.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we
but you
do.
do.
Really?
Yeah, her mom is like, "Hi, I'm your mom."
Classic
Crazy.
Tori's mom.
That's how I met my mom for the first time.
Who was born.
Hi,
Gitonga, it's me, your mother. You can call me mom.
No, and her dad comes around. He's like, "Hey, I'm your dad."
Dan
What, hi,
Schneider's
Tori,
really
I'm
a great
Dad.
writer.
Yeah.
Was he a writer? What did he do? I don't know what he did.
Dan Schneider.
I thought he was in the military. Not Dan Schneider. They wouldn't let Dan Schneider in the military.
Yeah.
What?
He has too much of a foot fetish.
Oh,
He'd steal all their boots.
Do this course in bare feet, get your feet all muddy. That'll kind of suck. Let me watch.
I think that Victorious is honestly, like, when you cut down to it, a terrible show. Like, it's
How dare
really...
you.
Shut up. It's really not a good show. But it was our childhood, at least for me. It was a big part of my childhood. So I look back and I'm like, this is so great. And then I look back and I'm like, I hear like some of their jokes and I'm like, this is awful, but it's great, but it's awful, but it's also great. You feel me?
This is what I love about the US, is that everyone can have their own opinion, even if it's wrong.
Even if I have two different opinions. Okay, what do you
What's
think?
worse, the Choice jokes or Teen Titans, like current jokes?
Like Teen Titans Go?
Yeah. It's painful.
Okay, well, Victorious, there are some real head scratchers. Like, Ryan, let me hear your opinion on it.
My opinion, I think it was a lot of brilliant writing. I think all the feet jokes were, masterpieces.
We are in the
I
golden
see where you're
age
coming from.
We are in the golden age of television, and Victorious is the crown jewel.
It's what kicked off the golden age, let's be honest.
Yeah, it was like pre-Renaissance. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, they're great characters, but like, who is Sikowitz? Is he like homeless? Why would they let him in the school?
That was the weird guy, right?
The teacher.
Also-
The teacher, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's arguably the best character, but like he also plays an Marine special ops combat guy in Narcos, and he's so scary in that show. He's like, it's been a while since I've seen Narcos. He hates commies. I'm sorry, that's what they call them in the show, and goes after just innocent people who are just communists in the forest in the show. But then I watch Victorious and I'm like, he's like, hey guys, I'm
Maybe what he did in Narcos left him with such traumatic experiences that he went to teach drama and sip coconuts out of coconuts just to deal with the pain a little bit.
He just keeps having flashbacks.
Yeah. He's watching the
No.
performances that they're giving. And he's like, oh God, I killed many commies.
It was a lot. Have you guys seen Narcos?
I had
Not.
I've seen Pedro
Ugh.
Pascal though.
I need me a man like Pedro Pascal.
Him specifically.
I need Pedro Pascal.
I feel like he would be good at giving hugs.
I feel like he would give
Yeah.
the best hugs. I also feel like he's just, I mean, I don't know him. I'm doing the parasocial thing where I'm like, he's great with animals, loves long walks on the beach, has a library card,
Costco membership.
Costco membership. He only takes one sample.
Whoa.
And I know him because I think really hard.
The restraint.
Because he
Yeah.
reached for the same sample at Costco and he let you have it.
And I was like, Pedro
Your hands
Pascal,
touch
and he was like, I'm Pedro Pascal. It was magical. Everyone in my life just comes up to me and introduces themselves, and that's the only interaction I get with people.
I mean, that's the only interaction you need.
I'm Ryan.
Yeah, that was wild. That was a great first conversation that we had.
Yeah, I feel like
I said that and then walked away.
I feel like I really got to know what your name is. Sick. Great. We didn't really talk about Victorious. Oh, tag yourselves. What character are you?
Yeah, I literally just took the BuzzFeed quiz. I'm Robbie Shapiro, apparently.
Why? Okay, you keep multitasking. We need your 100% focus on this. Thank you for doing research, though. I'm just kidding. You're Robbie Shapiro. You are a real chill version of Robbie Shapiro. Robbie Shapiro's really high maintenance in that show.
I don't remember. What did he do?
He was like always like trying to like kiss people and like was super needy and like for some reason always like was like soggy too.
Oh.
He projected his trauma onto people via puppet.
Creative.
And he like believed that he was real.
I kind of like it.
Oh God, why? Okay. Well, anyways, tag yourself, guys.
I think I'm Ariana Grande.
That
was her character's name, right?
No.
Yeah.
You're the actress.
Yeah, I'm her.
Can you sing? Like just a real quick riff
No.
right now.
Sing the theme song. Ariana Grande.
I don't remember what this theme song was.
If that even is your real name.
Oh shit. No, I think it's just, I have a great smile. Everyone's in love with me.
Hair.
I have red hair.
Millions of fans.
Yeah.
We're both strong, independent women.
Yeah. That's me.
Both had a weird cat ears phase.
Yes.
You both had hit shows on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, no, that was wild when I had my hit show on Nickelodeon. It's crazy that I never talk about it with anyone.
Yeah, it's crazy how we've never noticed it.
Yeah. I'm surprised you're the only one that's ever brought it up. It's really
Wow, okay. Dan, who do you think you are? Running around leaving scars.
Collecting jar of hearts, who do I think I am versus I feel like I want to be. I feel like my idealized version of myself is like Beck but less attractive and stupider, but I feel like I'm closer to Robbie.
I feel like you're like Andre.
I feel like I'm not as talented as Andre. I couldn't just
I was gonna say you're like, I think you're closest to Dan Schneider.
That's true. So true.
Dan Schneider is my favorite character. Dun 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 with the bakery. Dan Schneider's bakery. It's a foot in there.
Oh no. No, but it's fun. Dan, before you answered, I was thinking you have like the same exact hair as Beck. Like, well, different color.
Yeah.
But like similar,
I feel like you have
basically the same.
I feel like you have the same energy level as Beck. I feel like Andre is a little bit more frantic, and Robbie is so frantic.
Yeah. I feel like my internal monologue's closer to Robbie's in terms of how frantic I am, but then I like convey it as Beck.
Yeah. I think I'm like an anxious puppet. What's the puppet's name again?
Rex.
Yeah, I feel like I'm an anxious Rex. That's funny. I'm a nervous Rex. Yeah, like I feel like I sit there and I like provide unhelpful commentary. And that's just like my role in my friend group. So, and like no one asked for me to be there. So I just really identify with that. Also, everyone thinks I'm not real and I'm made of plastic. And then
that's true. I didn't think you were real when I first met you. That's why
I
had to say my name.
I'm also 2 feet tall. So we have a lot of things in common, me and Rex. So another thing that starts with V, stealing that joke from Ryan. It's not even a joke. This is not funny, but no offense, Ryan.
Yeah.
So, damn shorty. Vaccines.
They exist.
Are we pro or con? Just kidding. Don't weigh in.
Let's look at both sides of the issue, guys.
Oh god.
We play devil's advocate here. They're bad because they pierce your skin. You're hurting yourself. There you go.
Good point.
Thanks, King.
Self-care
Actually,
king.
I had a teacher in high school who he taught psychology, and he would take one day each year just to talk about why vaccines were bad for a whole day. And this was an AP psychology class. So it was like we had to get through the material, but he decided one day he's going to take a break from the hard grind and just tell us why vaccines are dangerous. So that's why I've been against vaccines, since high school.
He was very convincing.
When I lived in Utah, my science teacher told me that global warming was something that I didn't need to worry about.
Yikes.
It was very Utah.
And
I was like,
anti-science science teachers.
he was really smart, but he was just like, I'm like, that's not evidence. Like, you're going, that's not valid. Like, my mom got vaccinated, so that's really cool.
Oh, congrats.
Good for her.
Thank you. I'm so, I don't know how to respond to that. But
Congrats on being related.
I'm glad that she will no longer be susceptible. But I am. And also, Northeastern, didn't all the vaccines get seized by the state?
Did they?
Yeah, because what happened in Mass was that, like, so I think, for whatever reason they were like, oh, we're going to give people 2 doses. And then they, like, ran out of second doses somehow. So they were like, well, sorry. It's like, I knew 2 people who were phase 2, and they had to, like, drive 3 hours to, like, get the second dose. And now Massachusetts is like, JK, we're sending all the doses to, like, mass vaccination centers, so like Fenway Park and Gillette and stuff like that.
Are we still going to get vaccinated at the same time?
I think so. It's super unclear. I think I'm the only resident Massville, I believe. And Charlie Baker is, he's having fun with it. He's just like, whatever I'm feeling like, whatever the moment calls for.
Going with the flow.
Yeah. Because he wants to like travel to vaccination sites. He's like, how cool would it be if I also got to go to Fenway Park while I was doing this whole vaccination doohickey?
And then I can grab a coffee and then
get my dunkies.
My dunks.
Gotta have my dunks.
I feel like different dunks are better than some dunks. I feel like it's real hit or miss. Because I got an egg and cheese McMuffin. God, I'm so
it's a
brainwashed by capitalism. But English muffin at Dunk's at the one at Rebels, and legit tasted like cigarette smoke and plastic. Like, it was
Classic
honestly
Ruggles.
Yeah, I think that's more of a Ruggles thing.
Yeah.
But then I went to the one over there in that Janis Joplin poster, and I for our listeners, I have a Janis Joplin poster because I'm so quirky, and it was great. It tasted cheesy, eggsy, eczema, and muffin.
Eczema.
This is a real conundrum.
And one day I'm gonna have a podcast and talk about it.
And nobody's gonna gonna care either way.
No, I do agree. I like making a mistake. I got a free Dunkies card one time, and I was like, oh, I gotta use it today, and the Crunch one was closed. So I was like, let's just go to the Ruggles one, and they just like, there was no flavor. It was so bizarre. In theory, there was flavor, but no. Something about that Ruggles one.
It's just a front. They don't really care.
Yeah. That dunk specifically is a front.
If you look really closely, you'll see it says Dunklin Donuts. Women are funny. Sorry. There's a lot of people on TikTok who say women aren't funny, and it's really getting on my nerves. Like, can we solve this right now as a podcast?
Let's
Can we
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's a very easy solution.
Email the CEO of TikTok.
Yeah, just don't go on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of addicted to it.
Another easy solution for that, just don't go on TikTok.
That's not.
Just try stop being addicted to it. Just try it out.
Just think really hard. Yeah.
Gitonga in the background. True.
True.
telling parents our jokes.
Cursed. Absolutely cursed.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot
I'm a
of my
different
jokes
human.
are about my parents, so they're not like a great audience to like test my material on.
You should
Yeah,
record.
no, go ahead, Gitonga.
Oh no, like you should record them and then like send them to like at one time. Like once you're not dependent on them anymore and like you have a great relationship, you have like, I don't know, your life together, just kind of like throw it out there.
Yeah, so when I'm 40.
Yeah.
On their deathbed.
Exactly. That's the last thing I want to hear. Beautiful.
Thanks, Dan.
Hey, you're welcome.
Okay.
It's always referring to like more my. That's when I'll tell them jokes.
Yeah, I hope that my parents won't be on their deathbeds when I'm 40. Like, but my friend was like, "Why don't you invite your parents to the Zoom?" I'm like, "Cause I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna like not be in college anymore if they hear the jokes that I'm gonna tell."
So like, my parents always ask because they know I do stand up. So they're like, "Oh, why don't you send us recordings of your show?" And I'm like, "Oh, I will." And then I don't because I don't want to try to explain to them what I do for stand up. Like, so you've all seen me do stand up, and
It's quite conceptual, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's a little out of left field for some of it. It's not the traditional stuff, you know.
I think your parents would be delighted to know you were a nice guy based on your last name.
Yeah, like I don't know how I would explain that to my parents, how I would sit down and tell them, so I'm doing this because the idea is that this is a terrible idea. Like, I think they would know it's a terrible idea.
They'd be like, "Ryan, that's a terrible idea. Why would you say it?"
Yeah.
Or they just start agreeing.
Oh, they're like, "That's a great
true.
idea." True. So true, besties.
Drop a fax emoji in the chat.
That's our TikTok. The So True Besties TikTok has nearly 650
On
views.
Instagram or TikTok?
On TikTok.
You should
No.
plug your TikTok right now.
It's NEUTNR. All letters.
Yeah.
While we're plugging things, add me on LinkedIn.
No, don't do
Ryan
that.
Martin.
Nobody knows my real name.
Whoa.
It's Mad Magazine, Kelly. Maddie for short.
What?
Honestly, I feel like you could be a Mad Magazine writer.
I don't want to be. They're like Fox people, right?
I have no idea.
I don't think so.
I
think
appreciate that, Gitonga.
I feel like you should cosplay as the Mad Kid for Halloween.
I don't
Alfie?
I don't want to do that.
It could work.
Anyway, speaking of things we don't want to do, let's talk about slam poetry.
Wait,
Okay,
hold up.
First of all,
Give me the
oh my goodness.
Give me the history of slam poetry.
All right, who here is pro slam poetry?
You know why it's called slam poetry?
So you slam your head against the desk every time you hear it.
Heyo. For the listeners at
Nice.
home, I did finger guns there.
I used to do slam poetry and I did it in front of the whole school and I lost because apparently it's a competition.
It's not a competition except for that one.
Because apparently it's something you can get graded on.
I thought that if you were already doing slam poetry, you've already lost.
Oh, fuck you. I mean, you're not wrong, but fuck you. Like, we're punching up. Okay, that was clearly punching down.
Oh, my bad.
I feel like slam poetry can be really cool. It's just like a lot of the slam poetry that comes out right now is so preachy and like they're like, "Did you know that it's bad to discriminate against women?" And you're like, "Oh my god, so true, besties."
True bestie.
A thread.
A thread.
You don't think it's woke? You don't
I think it's
should be a
woke.
requirement for school?
No, I don't think anything should be a requirement. I think we should be able to take only cooking classes if we want.
I think that should be a prereq for Northeastern. Like, I know they kind of have all these vague prereqs, but I think one should just be you have to take the slam poetry class.
They're like, you have to do like
Eloquent presenter.
data and facts and like literature and cultures. One slam poetry class, and you gotta write a goddamn 15-page slam poem about your feelings.
Do you have any lying around? Any poetry? Yeah.
Let me see.
Julia Roberts.
Julia
Julia Rob Hertz.
That's
Oh.
a lot.
That movie did so much for slam poetry, I think.
What movie is that? Because
Yeah, I'm
like
confused.
I know I've seen that.
I thought that was a SoundCloud plug.
That's one of the jump streets.
Oh, okay.
That's when like Jonah Hill is trying to impress this girl. And he's just like she does slam poetry. Let's do it. So he just gets on stage. And that's the only line I remember.
Because I think I've seen that scene multiple times, and I've heard people reference it.
Yeah.
And like I just never know where it comes from.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
One
I
of those
literally
things.
just found some poetry in my Google Drive.
Recently edited, and you're like, oh, fuck.
No, it was
3
last
minutes ago.
it was last edited on April 1st, 2015.
Give us the first bar, you know.
This is so bad.
For the listeners at home, you can see the life leaving Maddie's eyes as she reads this.
Like writing shit in paragraphs in like sing-song poetry. I don't know what words are. This is a lot. It's just a lot. There's just a lot of words here. Okay, I'll show you the first. I'm sorry. This is like not interesting for the audio listeners. Like from just hear me groaning
On your commute, just on the T.
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen and we'll cut this out because I genuinely want to share this.
I was like, wow, I'm zooming around on the host. Should be fun. And then I get it. Gitonga's like, Dan, you're the host now.
'Cause you
What
are my king.
is this?
Oh,
They all have gray eyes. So true, bestie.
What am I talking about?
Really, you're talking about Friends, because that's the title.
And the Monica reference and the Ross.
You're really going in on Chandler for some reason.
This is not about Friends. This is so angsty. Looking behind me to make sure no one saw. This is what keeps us human. Shame. We loathe ourselves, but oh my god. But okay, thank you for going on that journey with me, guys.
Of course.
you ever read your old Instagram captions? You have some like, I'm pushing this is deep shit on there.
Ooh.
I think I went back and saw when I was in New York, I took a photo where you couldn't tell it was New York City, but it was in New York City. And I just wrote Empire State of Mind. And it was filtered as
Yee.
7 likes
your
in
caption.
2014. Gonna be an 8th now. I see Ryan scrolling through.
Oh, I got you.
Well, now I have to. All right, but tag yourself as the cast of Friends.
Cast of Friends.
Or
wanna
any
be-
character from Friends.
I want to be Mike, Phoebe's husband. First of all, because Paul Rudd. Second of all, because they meet because Joey's like, oh, you're on a date with a guy named Mike. And then he just yells, Mike. And then Mike's like, yeah. And then that's how they meet. And I feel like I would just be someone just like, Dan. I'm like, yeah, what's up? And then I meet the woman of my dreams.
That was played by Paul. He was played by Paul Rudd, right?
Paul Rudd, yeah.
Classic. I haven't watched Friends all the way through. I've just seen episodes throughout. Anyways, Gitonga, which Friends character are you? Tag yourself.
Barney Stinson.
And How I Met Your Friends, the famous crossover.
It's the same show, right? Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Maddie, tag yourself. Friends.
Oh, I'm Jerry Seinfeld.
Another classic Friends character.
What's the deal with friends in apartments? Ross
Right.
and Rachel.
So I think I'm Chandler. You know, I got those dashing good looks. I have that beautiful smile. Basically all the reasons I'm Ariana Grande and victorious. It's the reason I'm Chandler.
I also think that Chandler from Friends and Ariana Grande are the same person.
They are actually. It's pretty impressive.
The range that Matthew Perry has.
He can play Cat Valentine and I'm assuming Matthew Perry is Chandler.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think Matthew Perry gives good hugs. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Look, he has priest hugs.
Yeah. It would be like too hard. Or
I'm
like
sorry,
too...
did you say priest hugs?
Yeah.
What's a priest hug?
What religion?
Oh,
What
if you know,
denomination?
you would know. It's a very memorable hug. They're nice people though. You're not supposed to talk about them outside of the church, so I'm just gonna stop.
I like how vague that.
Don't worry.
Relax.
Like, I'm fine now. You know? Anyways, how have your days been?
How are sessions with the therapist? Guitar?
Are you okay? Like
Yeah, no, we're good.
I got Northeastern. Great service.
I confess, it's okay. The trauma's been dealt with.
no, this is so funny.
Oh,
No, it's funny, but it's
But it's so much.
that's That's a lot. We're like ending, like we're like nearing the end of the podcast.
So be sure to subscribe to our podcast.
Yeah, you
I've
get
been
Check me out on LinkedIn.
So,
more priest hug jokes. Anybody else have poetry?
Poetry. I took a creative writing class in Northeastern, and they were like, write a poem. So I wrote like a fake Dr. Seuss poem. And then the professor was like, I'm bringing your grade down by a letter unless you submit a different poem. And I was like, damn.
what?
All right, then.
Hi, unfortunately, this podcast episode ended like most TNR things do, where we ended up committing slander against people that are in charge of us. So cutting that out, here's the outro.
Okay. Thank you everybody for listening to the TNR podcast. If you want to check us out on Instagram, our Instagram is NEUTNR, as is our TikTok. Our Twitter, I believe, is just NUTNR.
It is NEUTNR as well.
NEUTNR.
But our Facebook is NUTNR.
Don't
NU's
go
better
on
than
our
NU.
Facebook. Our YouTube, I don't know. Well, we'll see you in the next one. Everybody say bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Farewell. Make sure to add me on LinkedIn.
So much charisma, guys. Thank you so much. Okay. Everybody, I'm going to try and end my audio and not the meeting. Okay.